Cat litter. Your cat digs in it, breathes it in, licks it off their paws. And that bag sitting in your home right now might contain a clumping agent that swells to 15 times its volume inside your cat's stomach. Dust classified as a lung carcinogen by OSHA, and chemical fragrances linked to organ damage. Today, I'm exposing 5 cat litter brands that are slowly poisoning your cat and 2 safer alternatives you can actually trust. Let's go.
Brand number 5. Tidy Cats Lightweight. Purina. Tidy Cats. Made by Purina. The most recognized name in cat litter. Nearly half of all cat-owning households in America use Tidy Cats. That's over 16 million homes. Trusted for over 70 years. Your parents probably used it. You grew up with it. Then the reports started coming in. In 2014, Amazon reviews began flooding in from cat owners describing the exact same thing. Cats that had never been sick suddenly developing severe respiratory distress, wheezing, coughing, bloody discharge. Some stopped eating, some couldn't breathe, and some died. One review read, "We contacted Tidy Cats directly and were told that they have received a large number of similar reports and that there had been a total of 7 deaths among cats reported to them in the past 5 days. 7 cats dead in 5 days from litter." By 2015, the complaints had gone viral on social media. Cat owners everywhere were reporting the same pattern. Switch to Tidy Cats Lightweight, cat gets sick within days. Switch back, cat recovers. The common denominator was always the same product. Here's what Purina doesn't want you to know. Tidy Cats Lightweight is made with perlite. That's a volcanic glass that's mined and expanded at extremely high temperatures. A former employee at the Tidy Cats manufacturing plant in Missouri blew the whistle on the product, saying perlite is extremely abrasive. In their own words, it wears holes in metal pipes at the plant in a week. They had to replace equipment and use stronger alloys. If it eats through industrial metal in a week, what is it doing to your cat's lungs over months, over years? That same employee said the dust from this product made them cough blood. Workers unloading perlite wondered what it was doing to them. And on top of the perlite, Tidy Cats adds chemical fragrances so concentrated that plant workers said it would take your breath away if too much was added to a batch. Purina's official response to thousands of complaints? The rumor about Tidy Cats lightweight litter is not true. Unfortunately, social posts are often anonymous and contain unsupported information. Anonymous, unsupported. Tell that to the families who buried their cats. And in February 2025, Tidy Cats was caught in a massive FDA recall after Gold Star distribution warehouses were found storing the product alongside rodent excreta, rodent urine, and bird droppings. The FDA confirmed these conditions created a significant risk of contamination. That's your cat's litter, stored next to rat feces. Purina's annual revenues are over $35 billion. They could test every batch. They could reformulate. They could listen. They don't, because Tidy Cats sells and dead cats don't file lawsuits. If you've got Tidy Cats Lightweight in your house right now, your cat is breathing it in as we speak, and Purina is counting on you not watching this video. Brand number 4, Fresh Step, made by Clorox. The bright green packaging, the power of Febreze stamped right on the front. Fresh Step doesn't just sell cat litter, they sell a chemical cocktail disguised as a cleaning product. Let's start with what's actually in the bag. Fresh Step's own FAQ page lists the ingredients: sodium bentonite clay, limestone, activated charcoal, fragrance, and an antimicrobial agent described as borates. That's 5 ingredients, and 3 of them are problems. First, sodium bentonite. This is the clumping agent that makes scooping convenient. Veterinary assistant Haley from Glen Ridge Animal Hospital told Newsweek exactly what happens when cats ingest it. When wet, sodium bentonite expands approximately 15 times its original volume. If enough is ingested, it may form a mass in the cat, causing it to be unable to defecate and may require surgical removal. Surgical removal from cat litter.
the thing you pour into a box and forget about. But here's the thing with Fresh Step specifically, they don't just use sodium bentonite, they coat it in Febreze. That's a proprietary chemical fragrance system made by Procter & Gamble, designed to neutralize odors in human environments. It was never designed for an animal with a sense of smell 14 times stronger than yours. Imagine walking into a room where someone sprayed air freshener so thick you could taste it. Now imagine you can't leave that room. Now imagine you have to dig in it, squat in it, and then lick it off your feet. That's your cat's life with Febreze-infused litter, every single day. A 2011 report from the American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology linked VOCs in air freshener products to a 34% increase in health problems in people with asthma. Cats have smaller lungs, faster respiratory rates, and they're exposed at point-blank range, not across a room, but face down in the box. Veterinarians are now warning against scented litters entirely. Dr. Audrey Weaver stated plainly that any pet with a pre-existing lung issue should avoid these products completely. But Fresh Step doesn't mention that on the bag. They mention Febreze. They mention freshness. They don't mention that your cat could develop chronic respiratory disease from the thing that's supposed to keep them comfortable. The borates are another concern. Boric acid compounds have documented toxicity in animals, particularly ingested in small amounts over long periods. Your cat licks its paws every time, and every time it's ingesting trace amounts of everything Fresh Step put in that box. Clorox makes bleach, they make disinfectants, they make industrial cleaning products, and now they're the company deciding what your cat breathes and swallows every day. The power of Febreze isn't freshness, it's a chemical blanket thrown over a product that was never designed with your cat's health in mind. Drop a comment if Fresh Step is sitting next to your cat's litter box right now. Let's see how many of us have been buying this. Brand number 3. Arm & Hammer Clump & Seal. Arm & Hammer, the baking soda brand your grandmother used. The one with the little orange box that's been in American homes for over 170 years. Trusted, familiar, safe. Except when it comes to cat litter, safe is not the word. Arm & Hammer Clump & Seal is one of the best-selling cat litters in America. They market it as 7-day odor-free guaranteed. 7 days without odor. Sounds amazing, until you realize what it takes to suppress cat urine odor for an entire week. The answer is chemicals. Lots of them. Arm & Hammer's litter uses a combination of sodium bentonite clay, moisture-activated microgranules, and heavy fragrance systems to seal in odors. But here's the problem. Those same moisture-activated chemicals react with your cat's urine, which means your cat is squatting directly over an active chemical reaction every time they use the box. Clay-based litters like Arm & Hammer produce significant dust, not the kind you see floating in sunlight, the kind that settles in lung tissue. Crystalline silica dust, which is present in clay-based litters, has been classified by OSHA as a human lung carcinogen. The National Cancer Institute lists crystalline silica as a cancer-causing substance, and a 2022 case study published in the medical journal PMC documented a 44-year-old woman who developed sarcoid-like lung disease and end-stage kidney failure after 18 years of exposure to silica-containing bentonite cat litter. She owned 9 cats. The doctors traced her condition directly to the litter. 18 years of scooping. That's all it took to destroy her lungs and kidneys, from cat litter. And if it's doing that to humans, what is it doing to a 10-pound cat that sits in the box, face down, breathing it in from inches away? Cats have smaller airways, faster breathing rates, and they're exposed not once a day when they scoop, but multiple times a day when they use the box, plus every moment they spend grooming contaminated fur. Arm & Hammer doesn't publish third-party testing data on crystalline silica levels in their litter. They don't disclose the specific fragrance chemicals in their scent formulas. They don't tell you what moisture-activated microgranules actually are. They tell you it controls odor for 7 days and hope that's enough to keep you buying. 170 years of trust, and they're using it to sell you a product that could be slowly damaging your cat from the inside out. If Arm & Hammer Clump & Seal is in your home, you're not sealing in odor, you're sealing your cat in a chemical chamber. But hey, if you're finding this helpful so far, hit that subscribe button. We put out pet safety videos every week. And I'd love to know in the comments, did you know cat litter could cause these problems, or is this completely new to you? All right, let's continue.
Brand number 2, Everclean Extra Strength Scented. Everclean, the premium brand, the one that costs $25 to $30 for a single box, the one with 99.9% dust-free printed on the packaging, the one cat owners upgrade to because they think spending more means getting something safer. You're not. You're paying premium prices for premium chemicals. Everclean Extra Strength Scented uses a combination of activated carbon and heavy fragrance to deliver what they call superior odor control. But let's talk about what extra strength actually means in a scented cat litter. It means more fragrance, more chemical compounds, more volatile organic compounds released into the air your cat breathes from the moment you pour it to the moment you throw it out. Research from Tufts University has shown that cats are among the most sensitive household animals to airborne toxins. Their grooming habits mean they don't just breathe the chemicals, they eat them. Every single grooming session is a direct ingestion event. Paws, belly fur, the area around their face, all of it picks up litter dust and fragrance residue. All of it gets licked clean. The fragrance industry is largely unregulated. The word fragrance on a product label can legally represent dozens, sometimes hundreds of individual chemical compounds that manufacturers are not required to disclose. This is known as the fragrance loophole, and it applies to cat litter just like it applies to perfume. So when Everclean says scented, what exactly is in that scent? They won't tell you. They can't be forced to tell you. And your cat is bathing in it multiple times a day. Veterinary sources consistently recommend unscented litter for cats. The fragrances that make humans feel the litter box smells clean can cause respiratory irritation, skin allergies, excessive grooming, litter box avoidance, and chronic stress in cats. Your cat doesn't want the litter to smell like lavender. Your cat wants to be able to breathe without wheezing. And here's what nobody talks about. When cats avoid the litter box because the scent is overwhelming, owners blame the cat. They think it's a behavior problem. They scold, they stress. Sometimes they rehome the cat or surrender it to a shelter. And the real cause was the litter. Everclean charges $30 for a box of chemically scented clay that vets are actively warning people against. Premium price, premium packaging, same clay, same risks, same fragrance chemicals that have no business being in a product your cat lives in. If you paid more for Everclean thinking you were protecting your cat, you paid more for better marketing, not better litter. Brand number 1, Pretty Litter. The subscription brand, the one all over your Instagram feed, the one with celebrity endorsements and influencer partnerships and those colorful crystals that supposedly monitor your cat's health by changing color. Pretty Litter markets itself as the smart, modern, health-conscious choice. They've raised millions in venture capital, they spend aggressively on advertising, and they've convinced millions of cat owners that a silica crystal litter shipped to your door is the future of cat care. Let's talk about what you're actually getting. Pretty Litter is silica gel. Now, to be fair, they use amorphous silica, which is different from the crystalline silica found in clay litters. Amorphous silica is generally considered safer, but safer is not the same as safe. The first problem is the crystals themselves. Cats walk on them, dig in them, and some cats, especially kittens, try to eat them. Silica gel is the same substance inside those do not eat pockets in your shoe boxes. The warning isn't there for decoration. Ingestion can cause gastrointestinal irritation, vomiting, and in kittens, potential blockages. The second problem is the health monitoring marketing. Pretty Litter claims their crystals change color to detect health issues in your cat's urine. Yellow for normal, red for blood, blue for high pH. It sounds revolutionary, but here's what they don't tell you. A color change in litter is not a diagnosis, it's not even close. Urine pH fluctuates based on diet, hydration, time of day, and dozens of other variables.
A blue crystal doesn't mean your cat has a urinary tract infection, but a cat owner who sees blue and panics might rush to the vet unnecessarily. Or worse, a cat owner who sees yellow and assumes everything's fine might skip the annual checkup that would have caught a real problem early. Pretty Litter is replacing veterinary care with a color chart and charging you $24 a month for the privilege. That's $288 a year for litter that creates a false sense of security while your cat walks on crystals that weren't designed for animal contact. The third problem is the subscription model itself. They ship the same amount every month regardless of how many cats you have, how often they use the box, or whether you even need it. The litter arrives whether you're ready or not, and because it's a subscription, most people just keep using it even if their cat doesn't like the texture, even if the crystals track everywhere, even if they notice their cat sneezing more than usual. Pretty Litter spent millions on marketing to make you think they reinvented cat litter. What they actually did was put silica gel in a bag, added a color indicator, slapped a subscription model on it, and paid influencers to sell it to you. For cat owners who thought Pretty Litter was the healthy choice, it was the expensive choice. For cat owners who trusted the health monitoring claims, you trusted marketing, not medicine. For anyone paying $24 a month because an Instagram ad told them to, that's $288 a year you could spend on actual vet visits that actually protect your cat. 5 brands, 5 lies, 1 litter box that needs changing. And I don't mean scooping. Safe alternative number 1, OkoCat Natural Wood Clumping Litter. Finally, a litter that doesn't require a chemistry degree to feel safe about. OkoCat is made from responsibly sourced natural wood fiber. No clay, no silica, no sodium bentonite, no synthetic fragrances, no chemical additives, just wood. The clumping comes from the natural properties of the wood fiber itself, not from an expanding cement agent that swells inside your cat's body. It's virtually dust-free, which means no clouds of carcinogenic particles every time you pour or scoop. And because it's unscented, your cat isn't breathing in fragrance chemicals 24 hours a day. It's biodegradable, it's flushable in most systems, and it's plant-based, which means when you throw it out, it breaks down instead of sitting in a landfill for decades like clay litter does. OkoCat costs about $15 to $20 for a standard bag. That's comparable to the clay brands we just exposed. You're not paying more for safety, you're just paying the same amount for a product that won't hurt your cat. For families who want to stop gambling with their cat's lungs, start here. Real wood, no chemicals, nothing to hide. Safe alternative number 2, World's Best Cat Litter, corn-based. World's Best Cat Litter is made from whole kernel corn, grown in the US. No clay, no silica, no fragrance. It clumps naturally using cornstarch, which means you get easy scooping without sodium bentonite expanding inside your cat. Independent testing has confirmed it's 99% dust-free and contains no silica dust, 0. The dust the OSHA calls a carcinogen isn't in this product because corn isn't clay. The odor control comes from compressed corn fibers that trap and neutralize ammonia on contact, not from chemical perfumes, not from Febreze hidden mystery compounds, from corn. It's lightweight, flushable, and septic safe. And for multi-cat households, they make a long-lasting formula that handles heavy use without breaking down. A bag costs about $15 to $25 depending on size, about the same as Arm & Hammer, about the same as Fresh Step, except this one doesn't contain substances linked to cancer, lung disease, and intestinal blockages. For anyone burned by the brands we just exposed, World's Best is proof that effective litter doesn't have to come with health risks. Corn, that's it. Nothing dangerous, nothing hidden. 5 brands, 5 lies. 1 litter box that needs a complete overhaul. From Tidy Cat's lightweight and its whistleblower-confirmed abrasive dust that killed cats within days, to Fresh Step coating sodium bentonite in Febreze and calling it safe. From Arm & Hammer sealing your cat in a chemical chamber for 7 days of freshness, to Everclean charging premium prices for premium toxins, to Pretty Litter replacing real vet care with a color chart and a subscription. That's what your cat has been living in. That's what you've been pouring into that box. That's what they've been breathing, licking, and swallowing every single day. But now you know what to avoid and you know what to trust. Go check your cat's litter box right now. If you see any of these 5 brands, replace it. Don't finish the bag. Your cat's next breath deserves better. Drop a comment with the litter brand sitting next to your cat's box right now. Let's see how many of us have been buying this stuff without knowing. That's exactly why we make these videos. If this helped you, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another guide. More deep dives coming. Dangerous cat food brands, toxic pet products, hidden pet industry secrets. Everything you need to keep your